Welcome to Title Talk with your host, Drew Wishover, entrepreneur, a published author, and owner of Inspired Title Group, along with his co-host and CEO, Amy Maley. Each week, they offer you some laughs, industry terminology, tips and strategies, along with the occasional real estate professional to help educate you as it pertains to buying, selling, or just plain old homeownership. Thanks for spending time with them. Now, let's jump into the episode of Title Talk. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys so much for joining. My name's Drew, Inspired Business Group. I am here today with Mr. Bones and Puppy Bones. We are doing the Title Talk live from our studio here in Palos Heights. Thank you for taking the time out to join us on another episode. Got a lot of great things here to talk about today. We are continuing with our movement in the attorneys and how they work with title companies and what they do. We're going to talk a little bit today about some of the things that we are doing as a company and some of the growth that we've seen and kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff that we've taken on as a team to continue to grow and really scale our business into the next idea and the next creation that's in this head of mine. So we're going to be doing the conversation about our givebacks, which has been just absolutely amazing. We've got a special surprise here from one of our employees that has a great big announcement that I'm really excited about sharing with you guys as well. But we're going to do something really cool here. I think we're going to do something special, and getting on my co-host and director of operations for the company and kind of bump these guys a little bit. As much as I do love the gentleman that is sitting over there and his pet, it's just not the same because they don't really speak and they don't talk back with me. So we're going to do some positive stuff today too as well. So I want to kind of move along here and get to the segment that we like to do with Amy, and she does her positive vibes and she does her fun facts and things. So we're going to try to do a really interesting and cool thing to connect to Amy live from wherever she is. I know she's not in this frozen tundra that we call Chicago, but it looks like our producer is working diligently behind the scenes to get her on. Amy has taken some time from the office today to well-deserved, to go on her honeymoon, since the COVID time has been really just not allowing that and really not allowing for much travel and things as well. And certainly she deserves that time to get out and spend some time away to doing the things that she's got to do for us as well. So wanted to, again, tell you a little bit about us. We are Inspired Business Group. We are located in Palos Heights. We've got an office as well as in Indiana. Our Indiana market is doing some really wonderful and great things as well. If you want to get a hold of us, if there's questions that you have, certainly, take a peek above. Phone number is scrolling up there. I hope you guys were able to catch last week's episode with Eileen. She was just stellar. Eileen Curlin-Walsh doing a great job for us on the attorney side and sharing some great stories about trusts and will and estates and how that all looks and really the necessary reasons behind why you need those and how we interact together with them, meaning, the title piece and the estate piece. Really, if you're getting up there in the years, it's important to kind of bond together to get this together and organize how this all works out. So how we doing on Amy there, Brett?
She commented off of the Inspired. Oh, wait.
All right, looks like we're gonna do a cool little thing here and try to make a connection and get the co-host of the show. Really, the only reason you guys watch the show, it's definitely not because of me. It's all because of her. If you also want to see something very cool, Inspired Business, follow the TikTok. Amy did a killer TikTok a couple weeks ago. It's got 3,500 views. It's pretty amazing. So you definitely want to check that out. Again, we're doing things and we're keeping current. We're trying to absolutely stay relevant for what we're doing and how we're doing certain things. So it's exciting, and I'm really proud of the team. I'm proud of the growth that these guys have made in what we're doing as well. There's so much negativity out in the world, and there's so much negativity that we're surrounded by with COVID and limited by with COVID. And we've done some things to try to change that up and make that a little bit different. So I'm really proud to share with you guys our advances with the studio, with our advances with what we're doing in regard to this show and bringing it to you guys, bringing guests out and having you guys watch. Remember to make comments if you guys have questions, if there's things that you guys want to learn and know, absolutely reach out. You can reach out to us while we're live here today. This will also be shown later at a later hour, usually between 8 and 9 o'clock at night. So if you missed part of this, or if you want to share this with your family and friends to check some things out, I encourage you to do that as well and see what that looks like, because again, following and leading and subscribing, it really allows us the ability to continue to do this show, which we're hoping that there's some benefit for you guys, and we're hoping that there's some reasons behind why we do it, and educating you guys. It's really about education to teach you about title and why you need it and what it's about and where it's at, and the pieces in the industry. I mean, everybody's buying and selling their homes. The market is pretty relevant and exciting with that. Next month, we're going into talking to some lenders and things, so that's going to be very cool. I think next month too, we're going to kick off a challenge that I'm excited to announce, and so stay tuned for that. We'll talk a little bit more about that as well, and see what we can get with that. We're definitely having some technical difficulty getting Amy logged into this, but I know that Brittany's going to work hard to do it. So I'm gonna move into just kind of a fun fact or two that I have that I think I was disturbed by it reading it. It's when you do your research, and we do our pre-show meetings and things, we talk about trying to find some things that are relevant, trying to find some things that are gonna encourage and excite and really move you guys. So the shows that we have planned in the future with our guests and things, we've prepared and talked to them about what this looks like and what we're going to do. So my first fun fact, which obviously the Olympics are going on right now. There's a lot about the Olympics. There's talk about the Olympics. I laugh because I read this and I saw this and I kind of just was taken aback by the whole reality of this. And so I saw and read that the 2012 Olympics, which were in London, the athletes, they gave out 150,000 condoms to the athletes. They were there for 17 days. So that, I guess, relegated to something like 15 condoms per athlete. I mean, wow. If that doesn't tell you the whole story of, that's the Olympics. I think that should just be an Olympic event. Holy cow. 150,000 condoms were given out at the Olympics, 15 per athlete. I don't know about you, but I'm a little disturbed. That is a fun fact that I read. I kind of did that's interesting. Here's another fun fact for you guys. There is a word for the day after tomorrow. The day after tomorrow. So today is Thursday. So the day after tomorrow is Saturday, right? So that is also known as overmorrow. Overmorrow is the day after tomorrow.
We're just going to have to get it this way.
We're going to have to get it this way. What am I doing? I'm holding.
You have Amy Amelie.
This is Ami Mali?
Yeah.
Hi, Ami Mali. Oh, that's awful scary because it's really sunny and warm and I just don't like it. Wow, we're going to, I don't think people are going to be able to see you, but you could.
People could see me.
But they can hear you, I think.
Can they kind of hear me?
They can kind of hear you. Is it that you just don't have great Wi-Fi connection out there in Mexico?
I don't know if it has something to do with you being on a phone versus something. So.
Okay.
I wanted to at least talk to you guys. It's Thursday. It's title talk and all that fun
Wow, well, I'm going to get you a little bit closer to the camera so the folks can see you and you can see them and say hello. Is there anything that you'd like to share with them?
Do they want to see the beach?
Sure, everybody wants to see the beach. It's cold and crappy out here.
Well, just wanted to turn off.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, my fun fact, happy random acts of kindness day. And I guess your random act of kindness was giving me my honeymoon. So thank you for that.
I didn't give it to you. You said I do, and it just kind of happens after that. I didn't do anything.
Well, so I just want to kind of pop in with a little bit of my positive vibes.
Do it.
I'll let the universe look at this so they're not staring at my nostrils. I
Okay.
prefer this over the tour of my face.
Okay, great.
So kind of my weird thing that kind of started out is that 2022 kind of started with a little bit of a rocky start. Just in terms of life, in terms of what's going on with life right now. But I guess sometimes you just got to take everything a step at a time and a day at a time. Realize that everything happens for a reason and everything lines up to get you where you should be. So even if things don't seem perfect right now, even if life throws you curveballs, just take them and go with it.
This is coming from somebody in Mexico that's living life right now, and we're waiting for 6 inches of snow to come.
It's not supposed to be as bad, so take your. It's supposed to be 6, not 18. You're welcome.
Wow. Wow. You're getting tired. Like my arm is getting tired holding you. I don't know if it's you or if it's the phone.
Just not show you a little bit more sun and then not have you live to win the next, hour and a half.
Wow. Well, make sure you comment in and make sure you kind of, be interactive with us here today because that would be fun. I hope the audience can hear you. Do you have a fun fact or two?
She said.
Do I have what?
Oh, you did your fun fact already.
I did my fun fact.
Okay.
I said it was Random Acts of Kindness Day.
Yeah.
And cabbage day.
Yeah, great. And right now I feel very close and connected with the camera because I'm really close. It's a little bit scary, but I'm dark, which is kind of cool.
I am not sick at all today. I'm completely sober. I stayed sober to come out here completely sober with 1 ounce of alcohol in my body yet.
We thank you for that because it looks like from pictures of yesterday, it looks like your husband had enough that, maybe you could have just sipped off of his sweat.
Well, that's my husband. That's not me.
I understood that. I mean, I think he was tucked away doing a siesta at 8:45 p.m., right?
It was actually 9:45 here.
Oh, but it's still 8:45. It's day one.
It was a long day of traveling.
Okay.
It was a very long day of traveling.
Uh-huh. What are your plans for today?
Today we are partaking in a beanbag tournament.
Nice.
And there's one more thing. Oh, we're going to play bingo.
Oh my gosh.
Super fun.
Super fun.
And we are going to bocce for dinner.
Okay, well, hey, this has been great. I don't think the folks want to see me up close and personal for too much longer. I wished we could have gotten this on the live the way we were hoping to do it, but I appreciate you taking a few minutes from your wonderful time away. Please enjoy it. Make sure you bring back some sun and some warmth. I would appreciate that.
Send in a bottle just for you guys.
Oh, we would certainly appreciate that. And make sure you'll be live next week with us. So folks, you're gonna have to deal with me. Sorry. But until next week.
Come on, I appreciate it.
Yeah, go ahead and enjoy the sun, and I'll take it from here, I guess.
Sounds good, boss. Thank you.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That is Ami Mali. Oh, Ami Mali from the lovely area of Mexico. That is very exciting for me. I'm glad that she is out there and doing her thing. We were hoping that we kind of would have her on here and be able to connect with her and she can kind of share in with the day, but obviously technical difficulties kind of come on, and we'll work on that. We'll get that thing figured out, and we'll certainly do that in the very near future. This show is always always growing and ever evolving into some greatness. So I'll go into doing a little bit of my motivational kind of minutes, if you will. We'll chat a little bit about kind of some things that we'll try to bring some positive to this world and these days today. And I know how difficult it can be, and I know how kind of bummed out people are with what's going on in the industry and with what's going on in the world, and the differences and all that. So I want you guys to kind of hang in there and really stick to this and kind of my it's much shorter speak today, but I think it's got some pretty good impact. And what makes you and me different? Every year I just keep going, and I keep going, and keep going, and keep going. And I keep saying one day is going to be my day. You know what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to quit in that process at all. I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. I've invested way too much to quit. So have you. I've made too many sacrifices to give up. So have you. I've paid too much. Listen to me. I cannot stop what happens to me, but I can dictate how I respond to it. So when life happens, and it will, I don't sit there and cry about it. I fight back. I will greet this day with love in my heart, and I will overcome all evil today. The problem within some of you listening to this is you'll never be great, because every time you go through pain, every time there's a problem, every time you're forced with discouragement, you give up and you quit. And you don't understand that at the end of pain is your millions, your success, your achievement. At the end of pain is your reward. At the end of pain is your productivity. At the end of pain is your promise. So, do me a favor. Stop crying about it. And use your energy to get through it. I'm talking to you. You're going through a storm right now. And I'm telling you that this will pass. Like every storm that has come to you. Think about the things that you've gotten through. Think about the things that you've beaten. Think about the things you've overcome already. Those didn't stop you. You're here today. You're able to talk about it. And I'm telling you, whatever you're going through right now, if you can just muster up enough strength to hold on and hold out, if you do not quit, if you don't give up, it's coming. Hold on. I don't care how long it takes you to finish school. Hold on. I don't care how long it takes you to pass your bar exam. I don't care how long it takes you to pass your finals. Keep studying. You keep writing those papers. You keep singing those songs. You keep rapping. You keep learning. Keep dribbling that basketball to get better. Keep hitting that baseball to get better. Keep on keeping on. And if you preserve, every storm that comes will pass. Recycle your pain. You can decide the shape, the form. You can decide the product that comes from your pain. Look up, get up, and don't give up. Get a reward from your pain. It's so important that you get a reward from the pain. It's painful right now. It hurts right now. Quit and give into the pain? No. It hurts right now. Get your reward. Persevere through this. Fight through this. If you want a rainbow, guys, you got to put up with a little rain. That's my motivational minute, guys. I really am excited to tell you that this is something very personal to me. Most of these, if not all of these, motivational minutes that I share are personal stories within me, are personal attributes to what has gotten me through each and every day, what has brought me to where we are today, what has allowed me the ability to grow a company into where we are and the team we are, and to lead the team that we are in a certain way that goes, I'm not going to allow this team to quit. I'm not going to allow this team to lose. I'm not going to stand in the way of fear, and I'm not going to let these guys beat us. Assemble and strengthen and build and bond, but don't give up. Keep on going. So it's so rewarding, and I am sitting here telling you that the rewards do come. So thank you guys for listening to that and allowing me a minute to share a little bit more about what this is and what we are. So let's move into a little bit of a conversation that we talk about with the group. And you know, as I said earlier in our start here, that we are leaning on attorneys this month. We're talking to getting some education from them and how they play into what we do and where we're at with certain things. And we did a retreat over the weekend that I thought was just a great exercise for me as the business owner and running this organization and leading this team. We did a SWAT opportunity, or really it was a SWAT retreat, where we got the team together and we just brainstormed a whole bunch of things about who we are and what we're doing, really for the purpose of where we're going, okay? Where I want to take this company. I've talked just intimately with this group about my goals and my aspiration to what we want to do as a company. And like I said, the big focus has always been to be that community-driven, giving back company. There is nothing more rewarding than giving back and allowing the opportunity for people to just receive the kindness and the goodness of what you do. And as I continue to evolve and grow into what I'm hoping to be, the coup de grace for me is the Inspired Business team being able to partner up with the Habitat for Humanities and build a home for a family that's in need. And that is something that is so near and dear to me, and it's something that I'm really working at wanting to accomplish and wanting to achieve. So hopefully that is something that becomes a reality. So we did this SWAT retreat where it talks about our strengths and our weaknesses, our opportunities and our threats, and a lot of great input, a lot of great conversation, and I recommend it to business owners, whether they be small or large, that you take the time to engage with your team and really go through this exercise, because you really start defining what are your strengths as a company, and where are we going to leverage those strengths in what we do and how we grow, and how can I contribute to the community, and how can I accentuate those strengths in the industry to really put us ahead and make a difference. The W would being the weaknesses. How are we going to kind of correct some of those weaknesses? What are we going to focus on where we're weak, and how can we get better? And really identifying those was very, very helpful. And I think the team was able to see a lot of our weaknesses and really share maybe some of the weaknesses that they felt that they were just a little bit shy to share. So it allowed us to open up and talk about some of the things that maybe we didn't know or we didn't see. The O being the opportunities. What kind of opportunities are out there? If you ask me, they're endless. And I'm the opportunity guy here, where I'm excitable to say we're going to go do this and I'm looking forward to this, and I can throw out opportunity after opportunity, but realizing that we've got to align our opportunities. That if the team is not aligned with where I'm going, then I'm not going to ever get there. So the opportunities are presenting themselves in ways that we can grow, and different business ventures that we can partake in. And we really kind of discovered some things that I think opened up some eyes of the team to go, wow, I didn't know that, or gee, I didn't think that was going to be a reality. But every day I'm presented with a different or new opportunity, and it's crazy. But that's what excites me. That's what drives and motivates me to kind of evolving and growing into a a better person, a better leader, and what's important about what we do. The T being the threats, and those are things you want to try to protect yourself from. The threats are things such as aging leadership, market, basically what's happening in the market. A threat would be your competition, and is there somebody that moved in right next door that is doing the same business as you are? How are you gonna mitigate some of those threats? What are some things that we need to concentrate on? And so these 4 letters, compiled together, really put in perspective an entire business plan for connecting with what our real growth was. And we spent the entire day just back and forth going through all of these different conversations and identifying and moving Post-it notes around everywhere to just really come up with a great plan. And it allowed me the ability to kind of take this as a takeaway and kind of do some quick little analysis of where the team's at. And you hear some things that you kind of just go, wow, I never knew that person felt that way, or I never saw that inside of that person, as far as they identified maybe a weakness that was new or a strength that they had. And it was really, it was definitely a great exercise, and to see how that aligns with my plan and what we're doing in the industry, what's going on with our attorneys and our lenders, our realtors. I mean, all of these pieces are moving. And when we do this show and we talk about bringing in guests and we talk about adding, growing, the growth can't happen until you have a foundation in place. I tell my development team that, you can't put a house on a foundation that is not solid. Well, same thing in business. You can't build a business on a foundation that's not solid. The team that we have in place is my foundation. That's what I'm trying to grow and mentor and educate and lead, to say, these guys are solid. Okay, now we can go to the next level and we can scale the business at these different levels. One of the big things that is on our horizon, and it's a big thing, is partnering up with another title company. We are gonna be growing monumentally within the next 3 to 6 months. That's part of our opportunities. So the preparation for that is huge. And to sit here and say that I have all the answers and I know all the direction, I would be lying to you, and I'm not going to tell you that. But what I am going to tell you is we're going to get ourselves into the best position we can to be prepared for whatever's tossed at us, because we're going to really accentuate our strengths. We're going to work on our weaknesses to determining, hey, we got to make sure that we don't do this and we get better here. We're going to look at these other opportunities at, what are we going to be able to do with this new title company, and how are they going to intermingle? The threat piece of that is, what if it doesn't work out? What if the market changes? What if things crash? What if something happens to me? So identifying and talking openly about all these things with your team, I think is absolutely necessary, because so many times, like I have had, and I've been running with all of these ideas and all of these weaknesses and opportunities and threats and strengths in my head, and never once did I ever talk and share any of it with the team. Well, how would they know what my goals are? How would they know what my direction is and what my focus is? I think it's very, very important, and I think it's essential that you get together with your team and get aligned with them to see if they're going to be part of your support staff to growth, if they buy into it. And sometimes you outgrow people. There is no doubt that you may outgrow some of and they may be rock stars. You may have some people on your team that are absolute rock stars, but you outgrow them because they want to stay here. They're going to stand still. They're not willing to change. They're comfortable right here. This unknown they don't want to go to. So you make the decision. Do I want to just stop here, or do I want to just continue that growth and seek out what those opportunities are? That's up to you. But understand that as you can't change and be the same. The reality of this is, I can't grow this and look at different opportunities, but do the things the same way we're doing them. It's just not going to work. So as we change, as we implement new ideas, as we implement new opportunities, maybe introduce new team members, maybe we discuss and talk about some exciting growth potential, or oh my gosh, this weakness has got us. We got to really work on this, and until you get to that point, you don't know. So just teasing you a little bit, telling you, some of our strengths that we really decided, and I think I'm really proud to say it, is that we absolutely go above and beyond for our clients. That is a strength. So how do we accentuate that? Well, we show them. We encourage them to start working with us, and then we show them how we're different from the other title companies because we are smaller. That's the second strength. We're a boutique title company, meaning that we're smaller. We're able to engage one-on-one. You become familiar with your client. We become familiar with your transaction. And we've been experienced, which is the other strength of this, is the years of experience between me and my team. We've done a lot of things. We've adjusted and adapted to the marketplace. These are strengths that we want to accentuate in the market and share with you guys, our customers, our clients. These things are huge to the growth. And I don't want to necessarily talk about a lot of our weaknesses, but I will say that some of the weaknesses that we know are like the communication piece. That's on me. That's purely directed to me. I take ownership of all of that because I have been so accustomed to it's in my head. They just know what I'm doing. They know where I'm going. Well, they don't. I got to communicate that to them. I got to take the time and spend time with the team and go, hey, how are things going? One-on-ones, doing a little bit of communicating to building them up, encouraging them. Brittany's an amazing example of that. When she came on and we talked about like the different opportunities and the different growth things. Well, here she is right now running this whole show and producing something that I didn't know we would do this, but we're able to do this because of her. The knowledge that she possesses and the time that she put into learning it and the efforts that she put forth in organizing it, it's been amazing. And I'm sitting here in front of you guys today saying I'm so proud of her growth in a short period of time, which tells me that she hasn't even scratched her potential. I'm going to keep challenging her and pushing her to see, what her growth potential is. But what I do know and what I do believe in is that she buys into, where we're going and what we're doing. And that's what matters to me. And that's what allows me to continue to feed her and push things into her corner as much as she goes, oh my God, stop. She literally embraces those things and goes, I love being busy. I love the challenges and opportunities. I'm sorry that maybe I'm not going to do this correct all the time, or I'm going to make mistakes. That happens. I don't get frustrated by that because I know what I'm doing. I know I'm overloading. That's my leadership piece that I do. That's one of my methods is I lead by shoving and pushing things her way. When I talked about Rockstar earlier, she's in that Rockstar category, 100%, because this whole setup between the backdrop and the ability to broadcast this on multiple social media networks, all her. I talked about my vision. I talked about, boy, it'd be great if we could. And I speak openly like that in general terms. And she's starting to pick up on what that means. Amy learned that over the years going, I speak cryptic. And they break it down and go, no, what he really wants is this. And they're right. I speak up here and they break it down and go, okay, here, Drew, this is what we're going to do, right? Yes, that's how I wanted it to look. I couldn't, really make that into what's in my head, because my head has just got ideas. But that's a person who buys in. That's a person who believes in me and the team and what we're doing. And that's what, when we hire, when we look at people that fit into the mold of what we do, I don't think we're going to grow past Brittany. I think Brittany's going to grow within what we do, and I see her leading aspects of what we're doing. I absolutely see her in a leadership role as well, and a capacity that allows her comfortability as well, that she's very knowledgeable about what she's doing, and that is exciting. And that's the things that we try to produce. And you can't produce these things without doing these exercises and these team gatherings. You know, we like to have our team outings where we have fun and we do the top golf and we go out and hang together, and that's great. I think those are necessary bonding moments to really build trust, to really build the accountability and relationship, and there's nothing more valuable than doing things like that. But alongside, you got to do some tougher exercises where you kind of get into the nitty gritty, and you know what, we can't be afraid to say to our colleague, hey, you dropped the ball, you hung me out to dry, that really aggravated me, that really pisses me off how you handled that. It's okay, because at the end of the day, we're going to go break bread in a couple weeks together anyway. Who cares? It's not about this. It's about being able to just communicate that. And that was one of the weaknesses, and I think that we're working at that to get better at that, because I think that's part of that's a huge obstacle in our growth. As I said, one of our opportunities is this partnership with a subsidiary title company, and I am overjoyed by what that is, and the meanings behind it, and the partnership of what that's going to bring. Obviously, a threat of mine and a concern of mine is I'm not getting any younger, and I'm not saying I'm going anywhere tomorrow, but you know what? You just don't know. So putting a plan in place to kind of protect the team and the business, to say, okay, here's where everything is. Here's how things would line up if something were to happen to me, and here's who could kind of, I'd like this thing to continue, and I would like this thing to run, and I believe it can, and I believe that the team that is here would rally together to make that happen, and that in its own is a blessing. So I'm very humbled by so many things that happen in a day here, and Brittany is a big part of that. The closing team and the hard work that they do, bringing the deals to fruition and finalizing them. You listen to what they go through in a day, and I'm telling you, no deal is the same, and every deal is given a tremendous amount of attention to getting it done, the detail, and the camaraderie of, John, I got a problem with this, can you help me? Christopher, I need you over here, and what do you think about this? And they just come together, and yeah, they have their moments, but I think that's everywhere. That's necessary. It's that comfortability to know that you can go, dude, get out of my space. You're upsetting me. It's okay. It's not personal, and separating personal from business. So those are things that we're doing. These are things that I recommend that you guys get out there and do, as somebody who just enjoys to lead, who enjoys to speak positivity and breathe it into people and excite people. I mean, Brittany said it to me this morning. She said, "You don't sit still. You're constantly moving." And I talked to my coach about that today. I mean, I'm engaging in places that I've not been, so I realize that. So as a leader, I recognize that I need to be led through these new endeavors, because I'm not going to just go, well, I got this, because if you're the smartest guy in the room, you better get out of that room. I don't want to be. And the minute I'm looking around going, I'm the smartest guy in this room, I'm going to find a new room, because I want to continue to have somebody breathe life into me, and that allows me to do it back. So I won't bore you with any more of that, and we can move into our next thing as we try to wrap this up here. This is big. This is exciting. Make sure you enter into this giveaway. How do you enter? Well, simple. You respond, you reply, you share, you comment, give us some feedback, do something that is interactive with us, with this show, and we will drop your name in our little bucket of fun. And at the end of the month, we are picking a winner. Last month's winner was Melissa, who is a avid watcher, and we love Melissa, and we love Marley, and we love the whole family. So not just because they watch, but because they share, because they are engaged in helping us kind of grow this thing as well. If Marley was a little bit older, I think we can get her really socially engaged to just knock this thing out because she's a little doll. And I'd like to kind of utilize her in some of our maybe TikToks and our social medias to really just show that we are a family-oriented organization. We are about the community. We are about people. That's who we are, and making you guys, rewarding you guys, I guess, for kind of being part of this. Help us grow, and that's what we're asking. And we're gonna give you back to you guys by you helping us grow, and that's really all this is. So Brittany's writing names down. I think we're 10 to 15 names this month already. I mean, that's outstanding. That's exceeded last month.
Next week will be the announcement.
Next week is the announcement of the winner?
It's already at the end of the month.
No way!
Yeah.
Did you hear that? The end of the month is almost next week. Okay, well, get it in. Let's go. Reply, respond, excite. Let's go. Get out there. I need to have you guys get your name in there because we're giving away fabulous prizes. So that is one exciting thing that we're doing. We are doing more exciting things too. This is the wheelhouse of our company. If I am sitting here to say to you, what am I the most proud of about Inspired, the Inspired business team, the Inspired team in general, it's this. It's this right here. This, the whole giving back. I cannot tell you how important this is to me. I can't tell you how important it is to the community, and I can't tell you how emotional it brings, much emotion it brings to me. We are right now finalizing and finishing up the Together We Cope food drive. This has been an absolute success. Brittany came to us with this idea and put this on the calendar, and I was so proud and excited for this. And maybe we'll fill a bucket or two. We are up to 4. We are continuing to get people that are just coming in. We've had some folks that just said they saw our ad on Facebook. They saw that we were doing this. They popped in. They brought bags of food. We've had people that are saying, hey, so and so told me about this, and they're coming in. We've got the community. This is why we do this. I mean, it's not about having hundreds and hundreds of people do this. It's about just impacting a handful. And there are people out there that care, and there are people out there that they're philanthropists, and this is what they want to do. So the Inspired Give Back team is doing a really, really wonderful job with Together We Cope. We'll be delivering this whole entourage of stuff next Friday, and we will be sure to share this with you guys and post this because this is this is something that just really touches me, and I'm thankful for being a part of it. For March, we're doing a blood drive. We are all scheduled for that. We are all locked into a date. Do you remember the date, Britt?
I think it's like the 27th, if I'm thinking right.
Okay. All right. So it's mid to late March that we're doing this, and we've been doing this for several times, and we're gonna talk with those folks when we get out there to see if we can do an actual blood drive here at our office where they come to us and we get the building and we get the whole community that would be so moving for what we're doing, and I look forward to that. We got a couple other things that we've been working on behind the scenes and talking about in our meetings of other givebacks. I can't wait to share these things with you. I'm going to do a announcement next week with regard to our March challenge, if you will, and we're going to kind of talk a little bit around that, and I'm looking forward to kicking that off, and it may add another segment to what we're doing, but I'm good with it, and I want you guys to listen in and encourage you to kind of help us out and participate with that as well. But certainly if you have any other friends or family that want to drop off some food for Together We Cope, we are here. The bin, the boxes, I mean, Brittany's been posting pictures all over our social media showing what it's looked like and just the involvement of it all. We'll probably have some more pictures up there today because we've got a couple more folks who donated. So she's just working on getting those things up. So Brittany, great job on that as well. I think I'd also like to now is a great time to really have one of our employees come out and talk about an announcement that I'm proud of, and she's excited about it. So without any further ado, I introduce to you the producer of this whole mess that we call Title Talk. I'd love to have you sit with the guys. There you go. Sit with them.
Sit with Mr. Bones.
All right, Mr. Bones and Puppy Bones. So, guys, I know you've heard us talk about it. You've heard us mention her. This is Brittany. This is the face behind all of this. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much for your hard work. Give the announcement. The excitement has been building. I can't.
Well, over the weekend, I got engaged.
Yay! She got engaged, and to say she was excited was an understatement. You didn't know it was coming.
I had an idea, but he definitely curveballed me and did it totally unexpectedly. He was trying to get me out on the ice, and I was yelling at him, telling him I'm gonna fall.
Get him out on the ice. Lots of tragedy could happen.
Oh
with that.
yes. I was like, I'm not getting on the ice, and he forced me to get on the ice. And then I looked over, and he was on his knee, and I was like, I have a beer in my hand right now. This is not a Kodak moment here. Like, what is going on? But yeah, absolutely surprised and super excited.
That is great. So Brittany is now engaged. This is exciting news for us.
We'll
so
live
happy
stream
for
the
you.
wedding.
Oh my gosh,
Inspired
we'll
cool.
TikTok from the wedding. Oh, I can imagine some of the footage we can get from there.
Oh,
Woo!
it's gonna be interesting.
That's our big excitement. That's our announcement. That's what we've been really just excited about. The whole office has just been absolutely just excited for her, because it's something that she's been kind of pondering and wondering and stressing.
Yes.
And now it's here, and now you get to stress the rest of it. The rest of your life you get to stress.
Oh yeah.
The whole wedding, the whole planning. Good luck there. That is.
So I have you, right?
Yeah, right. That's why I'm here. I'm gonna talk some sense into you. I tried. You got engaged. It didn't work. The young gentleman's name is Mario. He's a swell young chap.
Young chap.
He's a swell young chap. And I'm really happy for you guys. And
If Drew doesn't show up to my wedding in a half shirt, I will be super disappointed.
Oh yeah, Mario and I have this half shirt thing going, and I'm trying to make the whole attire be half shirt. But I think I might fail in that. However, doesn't mean I can't wear one.
Okay.
I mean, come on. I got 18 months to build that six pack to woo, half shirt, six pack, title company leader. That's
There we
all.
go.
So thanks, Brittany, for sharing that. That's our exciting news. That was great. When do you get married? Do you know when the actual wedding? Have you picked
We
it?
haven't picked a venue yet, so we have to
Okay.
get a date, but it's definitely going to be August, September of 2023.
August, September, not September, October.
No.
Oh, I thought you pushed. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, we're doing August,
You know what?
September.
It's moving up. My guess is the report will be we're going to get married in June.
I
know,
said if it
it's-
was up to me, I'm like, let's just go and get hitched next month. And my parents
I
are
said
like,
that.
slow down.
I literally said that when she got engaged. I can't. If the wedding may be this year still. It still may be. So stay
To be
tuned.
continued.
Yeah, stay tuned. So let's get these people out of here.
Yes.
I think that's a great idea, right?
Absolutely.
Good deal. So we appreciate you guys. Thanks for listening. I'm glad that you got to finally see Brittany. She's been on the show before, but now got a chance to spend some time on a very, very positive note. Thank you for all your hard work and all the things that you do. Thank you guys for listening. We're going to be back next week with a full show. We have a guest next week,
We do.
an attorney who is tremendously knowledgeable. We'll talk about foreclosures. We're going to talk about short sales. We're going to talk about forbearance, a new word that's out there, and hopefully we can get you guys a little bit more educated on some of those things that are potentially going to be happening here in the near future, and how to protect yourselves and what to look for. So you're going to want to listen in on that. and you're
He's
gonna
the
wanna try-
attorney that when we get his deals, Amy and I, we run and hide.
Absolutely. And his deals are always a mess, but he is known as the after the fact attorney. He gets the deals after nobody else can handle them. Once a lot of other attorneys have looked at these and go, oh my God, I don't want to deal with this. But he is amazing at getting these things resolved and pushing through them, and really relies on us to help him and Amy and Brittany where they excel in just identifying all the pieces of the puzzle that are needing attention, and what his ability is to correcting those. I think it's really important to tune in next week, and if you know anybody that is on that fence of short sale or foreclosure or forbearance, they're going to want to listen into this, and please contact us. We can help you. We can get you into a process that we can help save some of the things, and you're not going to have to lose all of your assets and make sure that you can still kind of bounce back from this. So we'll talk about that and tell you guys how to do that. So
I'm going to let you end with your quote.
You
I'm
do
gonna
that?
get behind scenes.
Okay, all right. Brittany's going to go back behind scenes, and I am going to take you guys out. My quote I gave you, again, it's worth saying again because with that, I hope you remember that motivation. I hope you remember to not quit. I hope you remember that the pain that you're in right now and the suffering and the difficulty that you're going through, stay in it. Fight through it. The reward is at the end. Do not give up. You're in it. You're fighting it right now. It would be terrible for you guys just to throw in the towel and quit. Seek your reward at the end. Show yourself that you can do this. You've got through other things. You'll get through this one too. So if you want the rainbow, you got to put up with some rain. So folks, put up with some rain right now. Right now we're actually going to be getting snow, but we're going to get through it because the spring is right behind it. It's okay. So until next week, where I will have a full show here. We'll have Ami Mali will be back. We'll have our guest here. We're going to talk some great things about our foreclosure, forbearance, short sale, and kind of tackle his brain a little bit on what's going on in the marketplace as well. So I hope that you guys take the opportunity to join. If you want to share this, I please encourage you to share it, like us, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all the different social media places. Keep the show alive, keep us going. Make sure that you tell your family and friends about it. They can watch it tonight. It will be rebroadcast again this evening. It's worth a look, at least for the motivational minute. I thought that was, maybe that's worth some time. The SWAT, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about that, talk about that, I'm happy to give you guys some heads up on that as well. So until next week, my name is Drew with the Inspired Business Group. We look forward to seeing you again. Until then, guys, have a great week. Take care, everybody.
Well, there you have it. That is it for this week's edition of Title Talk. Be sure to head over to our Inspired YouTube page and subscribe and like. And make sure you follow the team on Instagram and Facebook. Join us again next time for more tips and knowledge from the industry pros. Thanks again for listening.